Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly show. So you are tuned in to Estudiante Blues, only here in the Greatness Hub online channel. This is the only online channel affiliated with iHelp Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated, and I will be your host in today's episode. My name is Coach Luz at your service. So before we begin this discussion. So I would like to remind everyone to don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, watch all our programs here in the Greatness Hub online channel, the only online channel affiliated with iHelp Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated. Okay, so allow me to share my screen with you guys for one moment. All right. So the title of our discussion in today's episode is how to develop your intrapersonal communication skills. So tonight we will be discussing a whole lot of topics when it comes to intrapersonal communication skills and how is interpersonal communication skills important in our daily lives and of course in our future lives. So before we discuss further, we go to our objectives aligned, assigned, and laid down in this episode. So for our first objectives, we would want to be aware of the importance as well as the advantages of developing intrapersonal skills or interpersonal communication skills. So why is it important for us individuals, students, professionals, young and old alike to develop intrapersonal communication skills? And what does this interpersonal communication skills got to do with our daily life activities? Second objective for this day's episode is to identify the different interpersonal skills that we need to be developed or improve. So what are those skills, interpersonal skills? We have to discuss them one by one and we will be able to identify, know how will we be able to improve on those skills if we already have it, or if not, how are we be able to develop such skills needed for us to become successful in life. Another objective lined up for this evening is for us to be aware of the different strategies on how we will be able to develop or improve the different interpersonal skills. So we will be given different life hacks on how we will be able to improve on those different intrapersonal skills. And of course, how to apply these different strategies in our daily life activities. So these are our objectives lined up in today's discussion. All right, so let's dive into our topic this evening. So first up is that we will be defining what is the meaning of intrapersonal. So simply put, when we say intrapersonal, these are within ourselves. These are characteristics, these are traits, these are internal values that we have inside ourselves, that we somehow are influenced. Ayan, by our actions are influenced by this one. Our outputs, our directions in lives are influenced by these different internal skills that we have. So what you need will come to you when you need it the most. So this serves as the repertoire of our responses in our daily life activities. So anything that's within ourselves is what we call intrapersonal. All right. So what is interpersonal skills? Intrapersonal skills. So when we say skills, these are internal abilities, ayan, and behaviors that help us manage our emotions, our coping strategies, help us manage our challenges, and these also help us learn information. We talk about skills. When we say skills, these are abilities that eventually, in the long run, since we keep on using, utilizing, improving on it, we become very, very good at it. And all of these intra-personal skills, skill that we are capable of doing, skills that we are very good at doing, helps us shape our behavior, our way of managing our affairs, our emotions, our coping skills, the way we handle our problems, the way we deal with new situations in life, and basically the way we handle ourselves in our various affairs. So developing such intrapersonal skills are very, very important, especially you young people who are still in the formative stage of your lives. Ayan. So once again, what are intrapersonal skills? So in addition to that, ayan, these intrapersonal skills, which is somehow related to our emotional intelligence or what we call EQ, it includes things like ayan, self-confidence, ayan, resilience, and at the same time, it also involves self-discipline. So if you are to think of it, we discuss and we lined up a whole lot of things relating to self. Because when we say intra-personal, this has something to do with yourself. Okay, so with yourself, including your confidence, ayan, your discipline, and your resilience. So we will be discussing them one by one. Okay, so what are the different skills that you need to develop for you to be able to acquire or have that intrapersonal communication skills? So first step is self-confidence. So when we say confidence, that is your belief in your capacity to do things. So why is self-confidence very, very important when it comes to intrapersonal communication? So when we say skills, again, this is something that we are very, very good at doing. And if we do not have that self-confidence, that would only mean that you are doubting your ability, your capacity, okay, to achieve that something that you have in mind, okay, that would mean that you are lacking the confidence. Ayan, you do not believe in yourself. So, intrapersonal skills is first and foremost a communication skills that is self-fulfilling, meaning if you think that you are not capable of doing something, then the tendency is that you will not be able to achieve that particular objective, that particular goal that you are putting out in the world. Okay, so very, very important for you to develop in you that confidence. Now, you are aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, and in the long run, in your struggle to know who you are, all right, identifying your weaknesses enables you to target those weak points and find something to do about it for you to be able to strengthen that weakness or weaknesses that you have. Knowing your strengths or that particular aspects of you, your personality, your life, and improving such strength to further develop, hone it, and eventually that strength of yours becomes a skill. It's something that you train, you improve on. That becomes, those skills become, those talents, those strengths of yours become your skill, and eventually you become very, very good at it. Okay, so first step in developing your intrapersonal skills, you really have to improve on the way you see yourself and your capacity to do things. Simply put, that is self-confidence. Next skill that you have to develop or you need to improve on is resilience. And when we say resilience, this is your capacity to see things through despite whatever obstacles there is. Okay, so irrespective of whatever adversities, problems, concerns, obstacles you face, you find it in yourself the strength to conquer all fears, to master your strength, and eventually, ayan, achieve your goal and move on to the next chapter of your life. So developing that resilience starts with your capacity to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and then develop your confidence in you, that you know in yourself that you can do it, and the strong urge for you to achieve that goal pushes you forward to achieve whatever you want in life. And at the end of the day, no matter what you face, the trials and the tribulations, ayan, at the end of the day, you know in your heart that you have the capacity to see things through, achieve your goal, and win that objective, achieve your goal. That's resilience. The third interpersonal skill that you need to develop is self-discipline. Ayan. Without discipline, you will not be achieving anything. And discipline is first and foremost very, very important because, guys, diba? In this world, we have so much distractions in life. But if you are a person who knows what you want, and that goal in you is very, very strong, no matter what distractions there would be, ayan, no matter what obstacle there would be in your path, okay, with discipline, you might be able to somewhere along the way go astray. But if that goal in your life is very, very strong, that has some kind of a magnet that pulls you towards it, and allows you to go back and return to the track that you are supposed to take, and reach your destination and achieve your goal. If you develop such discipline in you, irrespective of whatever happens along the way, at the end of the rainbow, there is that pot of gold waiting for you. And at the end of the storm, there is always a silver lining. Okay, so no matter what we encounter along the way, it's okay if we go astray, as long as it's very, very important that you must focus on your goal and then achieve that most coveted objective of yours. So discipline is very, very important because somewhere along the way, we tend to get distracted and we tend to go astray away from our desires, our objectives in life. But we still go back to the right road which leads us to achieving our goal. Another skill that we need to develop is persistence. And persistence is a relative of resilience. And when we say persistence, okay, we tend to really do whatever we can, okay, to really achieve our goals in life. No matter what happens, even if we fall short of our performance, still, if our goal is really clear, and if we really want to achieve such goal, no matter how many times we might fall, we get off track, we tend to lose our way, but no matter how many times we fail, what's important is that we really would want to achieve that particular goal that we have identified. We still do something about it. Okay, we go back on track and push forward for us to be able to achieve the end goal. Okay, reach our destination, and of course, be successful in whatever we put our mind and our soul into it. Okay, achieve our goal. So be persistent. Do anything in our power to achieve our desired goal. Ayan. So another skill, intrapersonal skill that we have to develop is openness to new ideas. Ayan. This is very important because nowadays there are a whole lot of new ideas coming into play. Okay? Because of the new normal, a whole lot of technology, a whole lot of advancement, a whole new way of seeing things actually come into play. And if we stick to the old ways, we are kind of becoming left behind. If we get stuck to the old ways, we will be able to find it difficult to follow through, okay, with the advancement that we are having and with the new ways of handling things. Yeah, it would be difficult for us to go out of our comfort zone and make things happen. So with what is happening around us, with technology, with advanced technology that is being introduced, and new ways of thinking, new ways of discovering, and new ways of handling things, yeah, we have to be open to ideas. We have to develop a growth mindset instead of going and reverting back to that fixed mindset. All right, so we have to be open to new ideas for us to go an extra mile and reach new heights in terms of a whole lot of opportunities that is being put in our way. Yan. With the new opportunities heading your way as future professionals. So interpersonal skills that you need to develop, you have to open your minds to new ideas, new ways of solving things, new ways of handling solutions to problems, new ways of learning, a whole lot of new ways. There are a whole lot of opportunities and new ways of thinking that is being set and developed that would enable us to handle new kinds of challenges being brought about by the ever-changing situation that is happening right now in the present moment and the years to come. So don't forget, for you to develop your intrapersonal communication skills, you have to open your mind to new ideas. Okay, so another way to develop your intrapersonal communication skills is that you have to overcome Yan. You have the ability to overcome distractions. Okay, so very, very important, guys. With what's happening right now and with technologies, particularly internet, internet communication, information highway being used as the foremost means of communications, and you could actually do a whole lot of things simultaneously in the cyberspace in cognizant with your class, we got a whole lot of distractions in our hands. So self-discipline is very, very important with so much things to do and so much things that we want to accomplish. Sometimes all these distractions, especially the social media, this actually affects us, yeah, hindering us to achieve our goals and objectives in life. So, how do we overcome distractions? Of course, first and foremost, you have to recognize that certain things in life poses as distraction. Biggest distraction nowadays when it comes to internet and academic performance is social media itself. The internet, yan, as the first and foremost means of having our online classes. It's also one of the biggest distractions because we do our class or our sessions online. We use our internet capability as our main source of communication, and we also utilize yan, uploads and other resource materials online, and we do play online and we communicate online, and we can actually do all of these things simultaneously. And millennials are actually good multitaskers, and because they are a good multitaskers, they think they could do a whole lot of things simultaneously at the same time. But the question is, are they productive in multitasking? And the other things that they do serve as distractions and hindering them from achieving and focusing on the task at hand. Okay, so ability to overcome distraction. So how do we do that? You have to focus. First things first, prioritize and focus on one particular task at one time, finishing that specific task firsthand and move on to the next. Okay, so identify your distractions and avoid, go away from those distractions. All right. So you have to develop the ability to overcome distractions, because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to overcome these distractions, outputs, performances could actually be affected by it. All right. Another intrapersonal skill that you need to develop is time management. Yeah. So we have like 24 hours a day, all of us, but there seems to be persons who are very, very good at managing their time. And with the 24 hours in their hands, they are able to be productive, more productive even than other individuals. And with the 24 hours in our hands, we have actually the same amount of time, right? But at certain times, others are more productive than the others. So where does the difference lie, right? It's time management. So with everything that we have to accomplish in a particular point in time, with so many things that you have to do at one period, okay, you really have to know how to manage your time effectively and efficiently so that you'll be able to maximize, optimize, your productivity. And how will you be able to manage your time efficiently? We have a whole topic designated for developing time management skills. But what's important as we are discussing an interpersonal communication skills that you need to develop, time management is really, really important because if you're not able to manage your time efficiently on a personal level, everything that you are to do could be affected by it. Okay, so maximize the opportunity given to you by technology. All right, so you have a calendar, you have to-do list, you have scheduler, you also have reminders. Ayan, you could actually utilize all of these things, and these are available. This app, actually, you can find it in one mobile app or computer application, readily available using your fingertips. They are just one press away. Yeah, so utilize. It's very, very important that you take control of your time so that time will not control you. Okay, so manage your time efficiently, effectively, and productively. And with that, you'll be able to improve on or develop intrapersonal communication skills. So why is developing intrapersonal skill very, very important? Okay. One of its importance is that developing an intrapersonal skill enables us to manage our own behavior as well as our emotions. Ayan. Wherein, if we are skillful enough to at least identify our biases, our temperaments, our emotion on a given situation, we would less likely be aware on how we will be able to react to a certain situation. Okay? A certain situation could positively or negatively affect our behavior, our emotions, our temperaments. If we know that a particular situation could bring about negative perception to us as a person, reflecting upon the negative aspect of that particular situation enables us to better handle our responses to such a situation. Okay? And reflecting on the reasons why we take things negatively on such a situation enables us to identify our biases. And somehow along the way, with reflective thinking, right, we'll be able to correct the negative apprehension of ours on a given situation. Because we will be able to at least know the advantages and disadvantages of such situation. We will able to at least know possible, positive and negative effects of a given situation. With that being said, we are able to analytical decisions, which somehow, could affect positive and negative outcome of that particular given situation. So, developing an interpersonal communication skills is very, very important because it allows us to manage our behaviors and, of course, our emotion and eventually our affairs in life in general. All right. Another importance of developing an intrapersonal skills is that it helps us develop the ability to easily handle and deal with our challenges. All right. So with our interpersonal communication skills, like what I said earlier, it allows us to reflect and allows us to think positively and negatively with a particular given situation. And on problematic situations, such as concerns, no? Developing an internal or interpersonal communication skills allows us be able to weigh things better. And weighing things better allows us to at least have a conversation, no, with ourselves. And the conversation with ourselves, we are able to come up with a dialogue, lay down the cards, everything, positive, negative, and then weigh things and see things in a better perspective. And with that, we are able to deal with whatever challenges in life we might encounter, and it could make us better able to handle and whatever problems that is crossing our path, usually obstruction that prevents us from achieving our desired goals in life. Another importance of interpersonal skills development is that it develops our ability to work towards the achievement of our goals. Ayan. In spite of distractions. Okay, so laying down your cards on the table, okay, identifying various options, ayan, and knowing such obstacles, problems, concerns that somehow we could probably encounter along the way enables us to better identify problem areas and concerns. We are able to identify possible solutions and that we might encounter along the way. And with that being said, it allows us to have a very clear perspective, yan, from plan A to plan Z. Okay, we are able to identify all possible solutions to our foreseen problems. And with that, we are able to at least have a better chance of achieving our goals in life. And with a clear goal to be achieved and our persistence developed as one of our intrapersonal communication skills, and we are able to focus on our desired goal despite the fact that we might encounter a few or even more distractions along the way. Okay, so that is one of the many importance of developing intrapersonal communication skills. So what are the different types of intrapersonal communication skills? One of the types of interpersonal communication skills is self-awareness. Okay, so from the term itself, self-awareness is our assessment, okay, assessment of what is happening within ourselves. So when we actually are self-aware, and when we are actually self-aware, we better understand our emotions, our biases, our problems and concerns, our hopes and fears, everything that is affecting our internal environment that could probably prevent us from achieving our goals in life. Okay. So if you are aware that you have that certain level of confidence in you, like say for example, you lack that self-confidence about a certain goal that you lined up to achieve, if you are not confident enough in your ability to see things through and achieve your goal, okay, and you have that internal dialogue that you have that fear of not achieving such a goal, the tendency is that all efforts geared towards the achievement of that goal would be in vain. In vain in the sense that you will probably create a whole lot of excuses because of your fear of failure, because of your doubts that you will be able to achieve that particular goal. Okay, so if you are able to develop an interpersonal communication and you know for yourself that you are short of that confidence in you that you will be able to achieve that desired goal. Okay, through self-reflection, you will be able to analyze, ayan, and better prepare for you to be able to gather all information and everything that you have in your arsenal that would help you achieve that level of confidence, that persistence, that self discipline, and self awareness in you will help you find everything in your power, the resilience in you, the push, the motivation, the confidence to achieve that desired goal. So self awareness is very, very important for you to be able to develop in you that intrapersonal communication, because being self-aware, you know what really is happening inside of you, and planning to counter and find other ways and means in your arsenal to make things happen. You will be better able to achieve your goals in life. Another one is perception. So aside from internal self-awareness, you also have in you your preconceived notion of your external world, your perception of the outside world, your biases, okay, your self-fulfilling prophecies. Okay, and your self-awareness plus your self-perception, if they are in consonance with one another, tendency is that one way or the other, these interpersonal communication types would probably has the tendency to affect your chances of achieving your desired goal. So again, if you are aware of how you see things externally, it would allow you to find ways and means that you can utilize to really achieve your goal. Okay. Meaning, if you use your reflective thinking, if you use your self-dialogue, if you are able to use everything in your power, gather enough information, plan A, plan B, no? Anticipate possible problems because you are aware of your perception and you are able to correct, okay, your positive or negative perception. Eventually, you'll be able to better plan for your objective, and with the internal intrapersonal skills that you have, your persistency, your resilience, right, and a whole lot more, achievement of whatever you put your heart and mind into, whatever goal that is, you will be able to achieve it. And of course, another intrapersonal communication skills is expectation. Your expectation as well as the expectation of others. But moreover is your expectation. So what do you expect out of whatever you are doing? Okay, if you believe that you are not capable of, and um, you will fail and not achieve that particular goal, tendency is that is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the end goal is you not achieving. But despite the fact that one, you are aware of, your internal motivation, you are aware of your internal strength, and even if somehow there is some degree of doubt in your capacity, you know your strengths and your weaknesses, and you also are aware of your limitations inside and out, okay, your surroundings. If you expect that you can do it and you have a chance of achieving that goal, and you have that confidence in you, you have that resilience in you, you have that discipline in you, and you would really want to achieve that goal, and you do expect that you will be achieving that goal, it's already a 100% yan, idea on your part that you will be really capable of achieving such goal. Okay? And doing that initial step towards that particular goal in life with the expectation that you will be achieving it, it's already a step closer to the achievement of that particular goal. So if you expect that you will win, you will do anything in your power to win. Okay? If you expect that you will not and you are not capable of, and tendency is that you will not, because whatever you think, you do. So what are the different advantages of having or developing interpersonal communication skills? Okay, with the discussions that we have undergone, one of the many advantages of developing such an intrapersonal communication skill is understanding the self. And so with you developing interpersonal communication skills, you engage into self-reflection. With self-reflection, you become more self-aware, right? With self-awareness, you are able to know and hopefully recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. And knowing that you are good at one thing and weak at one aspect could give you an opportunity to improve more on your strength and improve more on your weaknesses, and eventually improved weakness will turn into a strength eventually. Henceforth, and it helps you to become a better person and version 2.0, and eventually you'll be able to achieve your desired goal. So understanding yourself. Another advantage of developing an interpersonal communication skills is that you are able to develop empathy with another individual. Engaging into a self-reflection, it enables you to better understand yourself. And better understanding yourself with an internal communication enables you to better understand other individuals as well. And with a better understanding, with self-reflection, self-dialogue, you are able to put yourself in the other person's shoes, enables you to better understand where they are coming from and better understand what they might probably be thinking and how are they able to come up with such behavior. Hence, you are able to develop the skill in empathy. Okay, so putting yourself in the feelings or perspective of another individual. And this makes you a well-rounded individual, more capable of understanding other person, okay, moreover understanding yourself. Developing an interpersonal communication skills also allows you to develop analytical skills, because with self-reflection, with a whole lot of analyzing pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages, possible problems and possible solutions, this actually develops in you the ability to analyze. And analytical thinking is one of the leadership skills that is most sought after by future employers. And developing such analytical skills helps you so much in dealing with your own problems and your own personal concerns, your own obstacles, your own situations. And eventually, with your analytical skills improved, you'll be able to better understand and better handle your affairs and put your affairs in order. And of course, coupled with analytical skills, and you develop in you the ability to make better decisions. Okay. With you gathering a whole lot of information, with you looking at situations in varying perspective, your biases, with you being objective and putting yourself in another person's shoes or seeing things in another person's point of view, you are able to make to see things yan, on a bigger perspective. Hence, all of these things enables you to better see the situation in the light of making a better decision. Ayan. So how do we improve our development of intrapersonal skills? One is awareness. So we talked about awareness earlier on. Us being self-aware, being self-aware, we are able to better better identify our strengths, our weaknesses. We are better able to identify our strengths and weaknesses. We are better able to identify our emotions, our behaviors based on varying situations. And being aware enables us to possible um, identify possible problems and solutions based on our analysis of a given situation. And we are able to be aware of all of these things. Hence, this awareness can guide us in better handling certain situation, manage our emotions, manage our anger, manage our responses, our biases, our perception in the light of better able to handle different or varying situations that might come our way, stumbling blocks, obstacles, problems, concerns that would prevent us from achieving our goal. So awareness helps us very much take in our achievement of whatever goals we line up in our life. So developing an interpersonal skills, we are able to develop such awareness that could be very, very crucial in the achievement of our desired goals in life. And lastly, we develop our interpersonal skills or communication skills by means of feedback. It's not enough that we are self-aware. It's not enough that we also have our perception of a whole lot of things, because sometimes our perception are biased. We tend to be self-centered, and sometimes we tend to also become self-righteous. But having such feedback and negative feedback, we call them criticism, okay, coming from other individuals, friends and foes, this feedback enables us to weigh things better with our awareness, our assessment, our projections, okay, based on our self-evaluation, plus the feedback of other individuals who are out of our body experience. They can actually see things in a different perspective, and with their feedback, their criticism, it could actually give us insights on how we could better and understand, evaluate the situation, and eventually, with your internal evaluation, with your awareness, with your perception, coupled with the feedback coming from other individuals, combining all of these feedback, personal and professional, objective, yeah, it could help you yeah, better understand the situation and better handle your affairs in life. So all of these things that we have discussed will help us, ayan, better develop our intrapersonal skills development, and eventually all of these things, if we do it religiously, little by little, inch by inch, improving our interpersonal communication skills, all of these things can be useful, yan, in our daily life activities. So whatever problems that may probably come along our way, with a strong foundation of an intrapersonal communication skills, we will be able to better handle whatever situation that might come along our way, and still, and persist, become resilient in achieving our desired goals in life. And of course, before we end our discussion in today's episode, so I would like to leave you with a few thoughts to ponder, guys. So, anxiety weighs down by the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. This one comes from Proverbs, verse 12, chapter 12, verse 25. So, somewhere along the way, somewhere along the way, we tend to encounter a whole lot of varying situations. It's just the spice of our life, no? We experience life's ups and downs. These ups and downs are actually what makes our life colorful, and learning from all of these experiences makes us a better person. But at the end of the day, no matter how anxious we are, and at the end of the day, one kind word actually brightens up our day. And I hope that you become a blessing to other individuals this day forth and the days to come, so that you'll be able to touch somebody else's heart. And with that, thank you very much, guys, for staying this long. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next week for another episode of our program. So, by the way, you are tuned in and you are watching Estudiante Blues, and I am your host for this day's episode. My name is Coach Luz at your service, and I hope to see you again, guys, next week in our new episode and new topic, only here in the Greatness Hub online channel, your only online channel affiliated with iHelp Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated. So bye for now, guys, and see you again next week. So this is Coach Luz at your service. Bye.